think.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna be recording today's stream, but I'm not gonna be streaming it live. So yeah, I just hit record right now. Doesn't matter. So can always edit the video later too.
Did we sell all the stuff from last session and divvy it out?
I figure you guys are gonna do this right now, so.
Is this like the last buying session almost?
No.
I did not get our inventory ready, so I don't have the capability to tell us what the gold split would be right now. We didn't really pick much though, so I don't know that it would be so useful.
We can get it next time.
Mhm.
I'm sure we won't go broke unless you guys keep dying and I run out of diamond dust or whatever it is I'm using.
That would never happen.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's gonna be brutal. I can just totally tell Haffa's like, oh, last book, all out, bitches.
Spoilers.
Yeah, I don't I can totally predict that without any sort of spoilers. What was the spell I wanted to look up? This one.
All right, just let me know what you guys want to do then.
I think I'm set. I kind of spent most of my money a few sessions ago.
I'm just prepping a couple spells.
Take your time.
To create a couple of those guys.
Oh, the grave whatever. Grave Knights?
Yes, that thing.
I know we talked about the minor magic, but how it's worded. It says major magic can cast first level spell from source wizard spellbook 2 times a day. Does that mean I only pick one spell and then cast that twice?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So it's kind of like a prep.
Right, let me get you one of those undead then. Mandy, hang on. You already have that one called D, right? On there on this side?
I do, yeah.
Remind me again, what was it called? Grave Knight, right? I'll post it on the link for the character sheet. You can just change D to this one. Oh, hang on, I'm clicking the wrong thing. Yeah, that one right there. Grave Knight. It's a level 10 undead.
Where do I, oh, you posting the stats?
Yeah,
somewhere?
yeah, right there on chat. You can just change D to those stats.
Okay, thank you.
That's what you're animating a cleric as, so the gods for that palette, the cleric is gonna be very upset with you.
I forgot about that.
Why are clerics going to be upset with you?
Well, the character that she's reanimating was a cleric.
Oh. That'll be great. I hate it when a spell isn't in Roll20 and I have to do all the things.
You have to write the whole thing down.
Yeah, I'm just copy pasting from.
I just copy spell lists. I
The
don't even put
website.
any of the spells manually.
Damage. 13d6. Good. That sounds nice.
Oh yeah, so the kind of got off topic with the whole leveling and how my spell tree works. So the duration times level for my bonus spells or protection,
Mm-hmm.
that would be plus. Did you say 11 or my level?
It's caster level is based on your level, so you use that as your determine how long it lasts.
Thank you.
Looks like shit.
Can I also buy black crossbow bolts?
Yeah, you can find those in town pretty easy.
I think. What's the range? 100 feet. Du- 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 du. Where that's the range.
Trying to see the difference between mage armor and shield.
Mage armor is AC,
blocks
shield is
magic.
shield AC. Those they stack with one another.
They don't stack.
Shield and mage armor do, but mage armor does not stack with your armor. Shield is shield. It's,
Also, shield blocks magic missile.
that too. Yeah, so shield counts as shield AC and armor count, and of course mage armor counts as armor. So if you already have wearing leather armor, you do not want to take mage armor because it would be useless to you.
So shielded is then.
Mm-hmm.
You get more use out of shield, I think.
Or I can get healing undead for our friends. Okay.
So if I'm reading this right, the resurrection spell doesn't really matter how long the person's been dead, so there's no real point in me kind of loading this up. Like I can always rest and res them the next day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it is here, but the longer they're dead, is there difficulty with resin?
Condition of the
Doesn't sound
remains.
like it says the
factor.
condition of the remains is not a factor. Yeah.
The
as
creature
long
can have
as
been
some-
dead no longer than 10 years per caster level.
I think that's okay.
You only need like a tiny piece of them. Like you could have a finger bone and that would be enough to resurrect them from.
I'll come back
They
120
disintegrate
years
remains.
later and be like, okay, I guess I'll res you now.
And you realize you just
Yeah, resurrection's
yeah,
broken.
then you realize you resurrect the
That'd be
necromancer, and
fun.
you're like, oh shit, I resurrected the wrong character.
You can resurrect somebody killed by a death effect, or somebody who's been turned into an undead creature and then destroyed.
Oh wow.
Undead creatures cannot be resurrected, though. which
Yeah.
is entirely counterintuitive to the thing. That okay.
So
So
what you're saying is if something were to
if
happen to
Shad
Shad,
dies, then I
Shad
can
is
res
gone forever.
No, because it says you can resurrect someone who has been turned into an undead creature and then destroyed.
Wow.
Okay, so we have to disintegrate Shad first.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Disintegrate's a 5th level spell, right?
I'm liking the synergy, Nagi.
Oh, it's a 6th level Magus. Couple more levels and we'll get there.
Can't believe how powerful level 1 spells are in this version of, well, I guess, Pathfinder. I'm used to D&D. You can get like a mount, magical mount, at level 1.
I'm just preparing more encounters for the entire book right now. While wait for you guys. Let me know when you're ready to start. I'm just preparing ahead. I'll wait.
Inventory is ready if people want to go through that for gold.
Oh,
So I'll just read it off. If anybody's interested in an item, let me know. Otherwise, everything will get sold. So we've got Masterwork Scythe, a +2 Bastard Sword, a +1 Breastplate, a +2 Ghost Touch Longsword, a +1 Heavy Steel Shield, a Masterwork Light Crossbow, +1 Light Fortification Full Plate, a Brooch of Shielding, which can absorb up to 101 points of damage of magic missile.
That is exceptionally.
that's kind of funny.
It takes up a miscellaneous slot, so it's not like it's taking a slot from something else. But
It's like,
what?
it's like technically I could, or I should probably take that crossbow. So I'm not
Yeah, you don't need a crossbow.
A
throwing that
Masterwork Light Crossbow?
cursed dagger, but it's kind of grown on me.
Well, so a Masterwork 1, unless you take a very specific feat, you cannot do sneak damage with ranged weapons.
All right.
And a Masterwork Light Crossbow is pretty underpowered for our level.
I'll just use my dagger then for ranged.
A +2 Ring of Protection and a +2 Cloak of Resistance.
I could use the ring. I only have a +1 unless someone else wants it.
You can have it.
Okay. So Naska's grabbing that one.
And I'll give you the +1 to put in the stash
Sure.
or to sell.
Okay. And that was it. So Ring of Protection is going to Nosk. Everything else is being sold.
I'm setting up encounters for them. D3. What's in D3? It's a pond. I need a pond encounter. Yay.
3,402 GP per person.
3,000 what and what?
I put it in the chat. 3,402 GP.
You missed a 0.
Like I said, we actually did not have that much stuff. So the vast majority of that was the +2 Ghost Touch Longsword.
Damn it, why can't it be more money?
Why can't you?
Why is Roll20 being dumb? Where did my chat go? Like disappeared. I need to restart this. I don't know what's doing. Good.
I would kill for an extra 81,306 gold.
No, just.
I mean,
It's you know.
I may end up killing for that.
As opposed to.
Well, I
You
definitely
always go
don't
back
have
to
it.
the bank with the dragon. Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Try to say you're gonna go to the vault with the dragon.
I'm just saying that's an option if everybody wants to get more money fast. That seems like a good place to do it.
What, murder a dragon for his horde?
Well, it's not really his, but he's guarding something. It's
I
very
forgot
grand.
about that. There was a dragon, or I forgot, like a shade or undead dragon.
So you guys gonna go back there
I'm
again?
opposed to this theory.
Is that well, let's go rob a bank again? Time of the day?
What town was that in?
The town where you guys live?
Yeah, that's kind of bad, but
Aren't you the leader of the Thieves Guild, sir?
yeah, but you usually don't shit too much where you eat.
No, you steal where you live, because otherwise you wouldn't have the Thieves Guild there.
Or we can just smuggle it in and sell it here. Safe.
So bank heist at the university again is what I'm hearing.
Again.
Sure.
All right, here are the bank heist. You break it in. Congrats. Now what?
Is this technically our first dragon? If we fight this?
What
Yeah.
dragon?
I thought there was a dragon down there.
It's under our house.
I'm not gonna make you guys go through the first part again, but then you go through down the stairs and Shad steps down.
Oh yeah, there is a
Draco Lich.
dragon.
This
That's
is the
right.
Draco
I
Lich
forgot
guardian.
Before
wrote
he does, he'll cast invisibility on himself.
I vaguely remember you trying that exact thing last time.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
one,
Possibly
it wasn't
go
Shad
wrong.
himself this last time because he just got that spell this level. Just making notes.
All right, so you didn't actually cast that then.
No, I was just looking up stuff
Okay.
for my fancy new.
It's like if you're gonna head in, I'd probably cast
Fancy new. You've had Bone Shatter forever.
cantrip resistance on me and Shad. If we're going in. Lasts up to a minute.
Alright.
All right, your Shad is ready to go down, face the vault, whatever.
Yeah, I guess that's. I mean, are we for sure attacking this dragon? Are we trying anything else first? Because if we're just gonna attack it, maybe more people than Shad should go.
I thought we were trying to
think
see
you'd
if
be
Shad
fine.
could like around and get inside.
I think we determined last time that he could not.
Okay. Do we want to chat with it? See if there's something that we can, a deal we can make?
I don't know if Shad speaks Draconic.
Nagi speaks Draconic. Nagi doesn't want to be anywhere near there.
A dragon is smart enough to speak common.
Yeah, I thought it spoke to one of us.
That was the dragon that lives under our floor.
Correct.
So let me get this straight, Nagy. You want the goal, but you're not going to participate in the fight.
Oh no, I'm gonna participate in the fight. I'm just not gonna be the first one in there.
I can go with you.
All right.
So are we talking then? Shall I hold off on?
Well, yeah, okay. Before we go down there, are we going to try to talk to it or are we attacking it? Because the approach going in is going to be wildly different. If we go
Yeah.
up and try to talk to it and it decides it doesn't want to talk and Chad's not in rage yet, that's going to end really poorly.
I'm just
Mm.
glad we hit level 13 before we decided to do this.
That?
Mhm.
How do we know how this place works? Like, do normally guards come down and get something from the horde or the bank?
Not after hours.
Yeah, I'm assuming you guys are not robbing in broad daylight, so you have to deal with a few 100 million witnesses.
Please. 20,000 tops.
Well, you know what I mean. God damn.
We'll just spam fireball a couple times.
There you go.
Oh, right. Yeah,
look
the
at the
dragon will love
dragon.
that.
Oh, I mean, the villagers.
So, Shad, was that Shad talking to the dragon?
No, how large is the dragon? I'm just asking.
You can see it on the screen.
Yes, there's your answer. Quick, Mitchell, use baleful polymorph.
So it's 16,
So we should just
16 times the size of
send-
Shad in every direction.
we should send in Belle. She's not even gonna register.
I feel like we tried that before too.
Or she'll
I
get
don't-
eaten.
I don't
Both
think
are
she
good
was
options.
tiny when we last came. I mean, I
There's
have
only-
resurrection. It'll be fine.
Look, if Belle gets eaten, that means we have an agent on the inside.
The first thing you notice is that the dragon
Oh,
seems
that's
to be
true.
standing on a much larger pile of gold today than the last time you guys came here. It's almost like 10 times the size the last time you came by.
$10 billion.
Wow.
I feel like last time we determined that the dragon had like blind sense or tremor sense or something like that.
Like, yeah, which is
Yeah.
he could tell that Shad was there.
Correct.
Was Shad undead at the time?
Yes.
Shad doesn't register as living.
Yes.
So
It
wouldn't
didn't
be
react
life
until
sense.
it didn't. I thought it didn't react until Shad touched something, so we're not sure if
Well-
it just didn't notice that he was in the room until he touched a thing, or if it just didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was Shad undead
Yep.
at that time? I don't think he was. Oh.
That was why we sent him.
Yeah.
So do you guys want to try and talk to
So
it? Is what I'm here, or
it's-
what's the plan here? I just want to hear a final decision once and for all.
Me too.
I think we only had like a small conversation last time, so it's up to you guys.
Were they sending me in?
Talking is just going to give it a chance to.
Prepare.
Yes. So if we're going to do this, we should hit it as hard as we can immediately.
Agreed.
All right.
I would say that you can throw me across the way and I can get to the dragon first. And since I'm so tiny, they would not see me coming. As likely as.
If it has life sense, tremor sense, or blind sense, that's not true.
I mean, they'll see me
enter in
coming, but
there
I'll
and
be
try
going a
and
lot
see what it
faster
can
than
see.
I normally could go.
I mean,
Well, I
Nosh,
guess-
Nosh, you can go invisible. Why don't you go invisible and sneak around to see if it can actually see you?
Well, I would like to.
Okay, well, hold on. Since this is a planned battle, Shad's gonna cast shield on himself right before he runs in.
I think I was going to do the same. Should I do resistance on both of us?
It probably doesn't matter.
Yeah, he probably has so many fucking pluses. Like plus 50.
Just an undead dragon, alright? This is not the end of the world. We've killed bigger things before, I think.
But yeah, definitely casting shield. That's not one of the set conditions.
Oh, great. I forgot to put the stats in. Let me go grab the bestiary real quick. Be right back.
Ancient Draco Lich.
I think Shad has a lot of resistances because he's undead too, right?
He doesn't have the normal resistances that an undead has because that would have made him very broken for a player character.
I just know you have some like plus 20 nonsense.
It's an undead dragon?
Yes,
I
that was
believe
what.
so, yes.
Okay.
So let's heal it.
Midril, if you manage to control the undead dragon, I am done. That is all.
All right.
No,
Are
we're
we
on the
ready?
last book anyway. It's great. Let her have a go at it. What's the worst that
I'm
can
not-
happen?
Oh, just a few things.
We ready? Shad's ready to charge in. Oh, and I need an all clear sign here.
I mean, I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah, so we have shield up for quite a while, I guess. 13 minutes.
Okay. Then unless anybody
Off
objects, Shad
getting
is
the
gonna.
stack, but no, I don't object.
All right. Shad's gonna charge in. He's actually taking a charge action. Oh man. My token on this isn't linked to my sheet, so I can't keep track of my HP.
You able to make a new token and ignore that one?
I can try that. Sometimes that works, and sometimes it doesn't.
Oh, last time, did you go past the purpley stuff on the ground? I thought you did. But it's kind of making me.
Yeah, I think he crept into a corner. All right. So he's charging in now. Charge. And take a regular action. And this will be at a +2 for the charge. Ugh.
Ladies, bathroom. Are we dead yet?
She's probably modifying the stats as we speak. It's like, oh, it's been some time. It's probably leveled up, right?
I don't think dragons work that way.
Okay, I'm back.
So,
You put 40 AC onto the dragon?
Hmm?
Said, did you put 40 AC onto the dragon?
No, it has 41.
That's about right.
It's got a Ravener template on top of an ancient magma dragon, so.
Oh, you know.
oh yeah. So, is there a first level spell?
So what I'm hearing is
Gives
Shad
you
is
plus
charging in.
Something like that.
Yeah. So that's at a +2, but if it's actually 41, obviously doesn't hit.
All right. When you get to about
So
here, he makes an attack of opportunity.
All right.
Let's see. Its bite is only a +35 to hit. No, sorry, 33. Ravener doesn't increase the chance to hit.
It's like almost can't miss.
49.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. You take the extra 18 damage is magma damage. So you take fire and it lingers.
So that doesn't beat Shad's fire resistance.
Oh, Shad has more than 18.
He's got 20 fire resistance.
All
yeah.
right, so the magma just kind of brushes off as dust on you.
Yeah.
All right. You can finish off your charge now. You can hit him because how large he is. You can hit him from here.
From where, sorry? Like there or closer?
Yeah, I just realized that he's actually not properly sized. That's his
Not
size.
properly set. There we go.
Yeah, it smells pretty ancient.
Gargantuan. Don't normally get gargantuan creatures, so there we go.
Well, I mean,
He looks friendly. Look at that smile.
Alright, but the physical damage is only 5, surprisingly. Oh wait, I did that wrong. The 18 is the extra physical damage. The fires is a flat 10. Sorry, the 10 was the fire. So that you actually get, just from the strength attack, is 18 plus 5. So 23 damage. The 10 fire is the one that I didn't add. So I did that incorrectly. I'm sorry. I was not getting ready for you guys. I was not prepared for this encounter for you guys.
you weren't prepared for us to rob a bank, really?
Nope.
Have you met us?
And you make a will save after that too, Shad.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Fuck. Shad, for some reason that damage attack did nothing to you.
Okay, what does the rest of the party actually see?
The party still sees a very scary dragon.
And the damage to Shad?
Mm-hmm.
It's only a flash round.
I'm gonna go get a drink. It's gonna be a long or a short night.
Oh yeah, probably should get the initiative up. Shouldn't, didn't I?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, do we
Yeah,
all
go ahead
get,
and roll
like,
initiatives now.
or just one person get the sneak or surprise attack?
Shad was very determined to charge, so.
And you and Nora should get rolls against it, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Wisdom and all.
No.
Or knowledges.
Knowledge religion.
Oh, we're rolling knowledge religion.
Knowledge planes first.
Knowledge plane.
Alright, you have no idea what this is.
It's a giant
Really?
lizard.
It's a giant lizard. It looks like a dragon, but you have no idea what it is.
You're muted, Abby.
But for a natural 20?
Skill checks not a guaranteed success. You gotta make twice the creature's CR to get any questions about it.
So we don't know.
My roll?
Yeah, Nora, even with the 29 doesn't make it. 20.
How did I roll a 5? A 3. I rolled a 3!
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, you gotta roll its initiative too. What's plus? Oh, it's only +4 to the initiative. Wow, it's a pretty shitty initiative. Hang on.
Right, that's...
I probably should click on the creature first. There we go. Alright, Nosk. Now that we've done our surprise round by Shad that decided to charge in full blast ahead, you get to go next.
So I only get one attack with each hand, right? If I move.
Mm-hmm.
So as I free your bonus action, can I click my boots and say there's no place like home? Sorry.
Go for it.
I'd like to use my boots to paste. I guess I'll come up over here if possible and get 3 attacks.
Okay, you also get an attack of
Can I get an
opportunity
action?
against you.
All right. It's almost a guarantee hit. Even with shield on.
This time it's swinging one of its claws. Does a 41 hit you?
Just a little, yeah. 29 is my AC at the moment. Or does haste change that?
No, it doesn't.
Alright, you take 23 points of physical damage. Make a will save.
Oh god.
Should be under the defense tab. Make a will save.
Sorry.
Let's just say you hurt enough that you fall on the ground from the pain. Like that felt really, really painful.
So, to attack, I would have to use half of my Boots of Speed bonus to stand up and attack him.
Oh, hey, wait, actually, I'm sorry. It didn't actually collapse the ground. Like you just felt painful that you would want to go to the ground from the pain that you just felt from the attack.
It's like I almost had a heart attack.
Oh shoot, I forgot something very important. Frightful presence. Everybody within 300 feet of this dragon needs to make a DC 26 will save or be frightened to death.
I feel like that would come into play before we start
Yeah,
attacking.
yeah. So will save should not be
Well, I
feared.
guess.
So go ahead and make a will save right now, everybody.
Guess I'm screwed.
It just means you get a -2 to all your rolls for the entire combat because of the.
Yeah, frightened to death means other things.
Sorry,
in
frightful
my
presence. Let's say
world.
frightful. It's not. I'm not having a good day. It's just frightful presence. You just -2 to all your rolls. You're shaking in your boots.
Yeah, that's typical for me, I guess.
All right, make your attacks now, Nusk. But yeah, nobody made that save. Actually, Shad did it.
Shad made that save, and Nor made
Yeah.
that save. What are you
I
talking
made
Yeah,
about?
Shad and Nor made it.
Almost half the party made that save. If you want to murder us that outright, come on.
Oh, that's a good start. Confirms that fumble.
Stabs his own foot.
So I need to do another one then.
Nosk, you actually disappear after that fumble. Nobody sees Nosk.
I have several
Ah.
questions.
No, where'd you
Interesting.
go?
Well, am I able to attempt to attack him still? I have 2 attacks.
No, after you fumble, you actually literally disappeared. You're no longer in the vault.
Oh, okay. That's what I was wondering.
I'll let you know where you are in a second.
This is lovely.
All right, Belle, you're next.
It's like my boots actually worked. I mean, shit.
So I try and tell the dragon a joke. Hey, Mr. Dragon. I don't know if it was funny.
All right, makes it will
Why
save.
did the dragon cross the road? No? Okay.
Sorry. There's a +21 that will save.
Can I have some of whatever you took?
Clearly. Well, it wasn't the dragon didn't find it funny, so I had to try.
Did you cast Tasha's hideous laughter beforehand?
Nosk,
What do you
quick
mean?
question. Do you have do you have dark vision by any chance? No, Nosk.
I do not, but if it's completely black, I can cast a cantrip to light up.
All right, as you cast light, nothing happens. You are in a room that is pitch dark. Not even the light does anything. When you cast light, nothing happens.
Ah, shit.
All right, after Belle, it's Nagi.
Guess I already moved, so I can't.
Permission to
explore
do
that
something
light.
completely selfless and yet completely dickish at the same time.
So you're just gonna run to the house? No kidding.
I'm not gonna run to the house. I'm asking the party permission to do something dickish yet selfless at the same time.
Well, technically, I'm not there, so I don't mind.
Okay. That I
Well,
See,
understand.
that's kind of what I expect from you anyway, so that's okay.
Okay. I grab Belle and Nora and teleport us back to the house.
Wow. Do they resist, or is there even that?
Goes to Google teleport.
The teleport fizzles.
That's bullshit,
Oh,
and you
shit.
know it. You just don't want me leaving Midril and Shad behind.
Actually, make a caster level check. Let's see if you bypass the protection then. D20 plus your caster level.
Got it, I got it.
I'm gonna say do not.
I'm not amused.
I thought it was funny.
Alright, the dragon
Gonna
begins to cast a spell.
walk 30 feet over there.
The dragon will cast. That's not right. Oh, the wrong level. Here we go. The dragon is casting a spell. Does anybody want to roll spellcraft to figure out what they're casting?
Magic missile.
They are casting Contagious Flame.
That'll do it.
Shad, would you like to get an attack of opportunity? Doesn't seem to be even trying to not cast defensively. Okay, again, what goes through? Fire 3 rays. So it takes three closest targets. So it will take Shad, Nor, and Midril. There's no saving throw, unfortunately. 46 points of fire.
Sorry, what? We take 46 points of fire?
Or D6, not 46, sorry.
Oh, I was like, what? That's a lot.
Just picking 3 targets. You each take. That was actually pretty terrible. But that's how it does.
Is there a will save associated with
Saving
that?
throw, none. It's an 8th level spell. Sorry, 6th level spell.
Sorry, what?
So the
Did Belle
will
also
save
take this?
usually wasn't to determine if it was an illusion.
Oh, right. Everybody will save.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Even
So if he already knows it's an illusion, it can't hurt him anyway.
True.
even me.
Say something. Well, I had
I'm
to
not
know
there.
before.
I was making sure.
Shad shouts.
Alright. Belle also doesn't seem to hurt you at all. Or Nor.
Yay!
Doesn't hurt Midro either.
I'm gonna get some candy.
Alright, Nosk, you're still in a very dark room. Do you want to do anything while you're in this said dark room?
Guess I'll try to search the ground carefully with like sword and maybe hand.
Alright, you appear to be in a very tight enclosure. It's like 5 feet by 5 feet by 5 feet.
Nosk is
Not
in
this
jail.
again.
There's no gaps or windows in it. It's all solid all around you in every direction.
Am I in a coffin again, or is it
This appears to be a rock.
okay?
Anything else you want to do while you're stuck in said stone walls?
Not sure if I can at the moment. I'm gonna look at level 1 spells, which I doubt will help.
Anything more obvious that you want to do?
I guess, can I strike at one of the walls or listen to see if I can hear if I'm close by?
You sure can. So you want to pick something with Mato hit against the wall? Is that what you said?
I'm probably gonna regret it, but yes.
All right. Everybody in the room here, all 4 of you, make a perception check. Did Nagi just leave?
Nagi's at the top of the stairs.
Okay. Belle gets a bonus to this because she's closer to the ground. So it's a 25 for Belle. Belle, you hear a thud very, very, very faintly from underneath the stairs. It's metal scraping against the wall of some sort.
I guess, since I don't know, but that they heard that, I have a few other attacks. I would probably done it. But I guess next turn I'll try to listen to see if I can hear anything.
Yeah, Myrdra also hears it coming from underneath the stairs.
I think something's over here, being close to the ground and all.
It's like, what is with me being buried?
Alive.
That's actually probably one of my worst fears.
Well, you guys.
It's as if Huffa knew this, and she's just like crafted this whole
Oh.
campaign just to, scare the bejesus out of you.
Well, you guys figure out it's
Oh,
an
yeah.
illusion, so there's no point. Keep going. Out of combat.
The dragon's illusion?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we can hear you through the stone. Hang on, I've got stone shape somewhere. Can I cast stone shape and try to get him out?
You sure can.
We being
All right.
ambushed by guards from above.
What?
Oh yeah, we
That
probably
I was
should.
at the top of the stairs. We have an illusion at the bottom. I'm sure it sets an alarm. When does the ambush come?
Probably should
Don't give
barricade.
her ideas. Maybe she forgot about this piece.
There is no ambush,
What about
actually.
Stone shaped. Sorry. What?
There is no ambush.
Ah,
So you're stone shaping the stairs to open up a hole in the stairs to try to find the missing rogue. Going towards the sound, pretty much. Right, Nor?
Yes, sorry, I was muted. Yep, I'm trying to get him out of there. So kind of slowly digging through and moving stones out of the way.
All right, about 8 casts later, if you have that many casts, you eventually find a very panicked rogue.
how long would that have taken?
You were pretty deep underground. That was a teleport trap that Nosk just happened to step on top of.
Nice.
The fumble made that he actually accidentally triggered the trap.
Shad cast the detect magic.
The entire room that radiates magic.
So I'm guessing I'm going to be down here for a few days.
No, Nor got you out. Just took about 8 casts, but she got you out.
It's only a 3rd level spell. You've got it.
Oh wow.
It'll be fine. We got you.
Thank you.
All right, it all radiates.
So
It
Shad-
all radiates. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Shad. I'm sorry.
He'll keep focusing on the detect magic, specifically looking for conjuration magic.
Ah, smart.
$20 says the gold pile is fake.
I think my token's still invisible, but I'm by the stairs now.
Hang on.
So when we get you out, it's like, oh, here you are, finally.
Oh yeah, that happened so fast. I forgot to take my 20-something damage.
You actually find no conjuration magic around you. Or is that the one for teleporting?
That's what he was looking for.
Okay. Yeah, so you find a few teleport traps.
So he'll walk around those. I mean, if he can't avoid any traps, he will, but
Anything specifically on the gold pile?
The pile radiates a lot of magic.
there could just
What
be
kind
magic
of-
things in there. Is it a hoard or is it just a pile of
It's a
gold?
pile of gold.
Is it glowing transmutation magic?
Alright, all the gold is gone. Should dispel the illusion.
Hold it.
Right. Well, now we can focus on the things that matter. Do you see any other illusions that's hiding what's really down here?
You also detect illusion here.
Where? Sorry.
At the very bottom. One of the walls radiates illusion as well.
Okay, so if it's radiating illusion, if we see something radiating illusion magic, do we immediately get a save against that since it suggests it's an illusion?
Yeah, which is I always think that's such a dumb thing about detect magic. So it's such a broken thing for level 0 spell. Yes, you find the secret door to the actual treasure. That dragon was there to technically suppose you guys in face of the level that you guys actually found it, and you're supposed to be keep you guys busy enough to just discourage you guys from leaving, which apparently worked. You guys left, so but you guys came back later, much higher saves. You guys immediately picked it up that it was an illusion this time, and you find the actual hoard.
We immediately picked up on that.
And I need 17 D100s. Somebody just roll 17 D100s. Guess Nagi's doing that. 9,605 platinum pieces.
9,000?
9,650 platinum pieces.
Oh,
Okay. 9,000.
okay, that's a bit of a payday.
Were you being nice to us?
No.
I think you can afford the thing you wanted, Nagi.
Necessary. That's only 99,000 gold. That's 16,625 per person. I'll ping it into chat.
Thank you.
Small robbery.
Since we're at a bank, are we able to exchange that for some platinum?
Wow.
Okay.
Yes, we want 16,625 gold unmarked underneath the lemon tree.
You can exchange that for copper.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, what was that, Shad?
Is there anything else lining the walls that might be of interest, like those word collections Myrdal's so interested in?
You mean books, dear?
Books. Are there books?
In the pile, there's nothing else. Here is just gold, just an insurmountable amount of money. It is a bank.
Okay, so nothing else on the
Wait.
wall.
Are the bank ledgers here?
You guys didn't ask for ledgers, you asked for money.
No, I'm asking, are the bank ledgers here?
I guess they would be kept here, I suppose. Why do you need the bank ledgers?
Goes to find the bank ledgers and starts putting in account numbers that have large amounts of money in them.
Okay.
Who's the richest person in town?
Apparently it's listing you guys.
No.
Well, that keeps money here.
We put in a name, Timmy Smith. We say account 7,864, amount in hold 4.8 million gold.
He actually has a bank account here.
God damn it, Timmy.
He's actually richer than all of you combined.
Damn it, Timmy.
All them
He is
souls. Trolls.
I guess that's not shocking.
That's his account he had when he was alive, and he's been here accruing a few hundreds of years of interest.
With a deposit of 98 cents and at an interest rate of 2.8% over the course of 1,000 years, that'd be $4.6 billion.
There you go.
Can he alter self to look like the live version of himself? For a small
Nice.
child.
I feel like Timmy got such a good interest rate because he didn't look like the live version of himself.
That's when I was born.
But you didn't open to a bank.
No, it was open for me. Yeah. Yeah.
That's my point.
I doubt anybody now remembers what
Timothy
they
looked
probably
like.
have some.
Are you guys messing with his money?
I mean, if I can find his account, I'll give him a cool $800 million. It's all paper, right?
Yeah, so you guys are cooking the books here in the bank after robbing it. Sounds like a great plan.
I mean, you know, what's the worst that could happen?
All right, you cook the books.
All right. Well, now that we have a sizable amount of cash, what to buy with it?
We would like the names of the 5 or 10 richest people in town.
I probably could have tell you that.
Myrdril, Nor, Nosk, Shad, Nagi.
Who are not.
And
Wow,
Who
Belle
would
didn't.
like
Belle
the
isn't
bank?
at the top 5. Jesus.
she doesn't live in here yet. She's always said that she's been following you guys, but she doesn't live in this town.
That's true.
You know, this has vibes of like mirror, mirror on the wall. Tell me who's the richest of them all. It is me.
Yep.
Spoiler, it's you.
So we are going to write down to these 10 fictional people.
They have the 10 richest accounts here.
That are
You
You
not.
technically just took
Yes.
them all their money right now, so
Well, we'll worry about that in a minute.
And just confirming, Amulet of Natural Armor stacks with Ring of Protection.
right. Ring protection is
Because
deflection,
it's-
natural armor is natural.
Thank you.
And it also stacks with a regular armor because it's one different type. You can see that in the defenses tab. There's a section for natural, one for deflection, one for shield, and even one for dodge.
Nice.
All right, so yeah, you do find the address of the richest people who had accounts here, and even though you now have all their money, they were
Oh, a couple days to pass for news of the robbery to spread throughout town.
Grand theft.
So, technically, did we
then-
just rob ourselves?
No.
No, we don't keep money there.
Hey.
Or at least Shad doesn't keep money in a bank. A bank can't keep money as safe as Shad can.
all right. So you guys are going back to your
Okay.
house then after this.
Immediately after, yeah, Shad and Midrol are going to wait a few days, and we're going to pay those people a visit with a proposition.
Okay, you come back and you start hearing the news that the 10 richest benefactors of the university who used to contribute for the better education of all the students in town apparently have been robbed blindly by a gang of horrible people that took all the money that was meant for education in town. Since you guys robbed the university after all.
I mean, this is fine.
Maybe
We have a
someone should
mine.
do
We
something to protect their money.
Yeah.
And there's now a manhunt for the Thieves Guild.
Oh, shit.
Not you had one job.
Hey, I'm not the leader technically anymore because I have still associations with them.
2 days later, the Thieves Guild actually comes to light to say that they're actually going to try to find who did this. They're not the ones responsible. After all, they have morals, they said.
Morals. I gave mine up for a long time ago.
All right, a few days passed, and you guys are gonna go visit the 10 professors who are the richest people there in town who are helping the university. Is what I'm hearing.
Yes, we are, and I'm going to let Shad take the lead. He is the more charming.
Are we actually going to help them through our mining?
Sure,
Yeah,
this
we
might pay
can,
off.
yes.
You guys gonna go together
We'll
then?
knock on.
Good face.
Yeah. Whoever, we'll go with the third most wealthy professor. We'll
Sure.
start in the middle. And I'll knock on the door and tell him that we have reason to believe that the theft was committed by members of the Whispering Way.
All right, this very old,
And then we
haggardy woman opens the door, like barely pulling up her monocles up. Who's there?
Jimmy, is that you?
Jimmy's not here. Jimmy's dead, she says.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Shadwick Morningstar. I'm here to help with the investigation for finding your money. We have reason to believe that the Whispering Way was involved. We're tracking them for different purposes, and we would like to know if you guys would be interested in working with us to take them down and possibly retrieve your money.
I lost money? When did that
Renew your
happen?
warranty.
Yes, ma'am. Do you have a power of attorney we could speak with?
Nice.
Listen, son, you got the better things to do than talk about a bunch of this stuff. I'm just gonna go to bed now. Closes the door.
Good night, ma'am.
All right then.
Plan B.
Plan B is the next one. Let's try this again. They can't all be idiots.
They are
First
professors.
denial. I mean, they all are professors. They all. All right, you know what? Fuck it.
All right.
We'll go to house number 4.
All right, this is a much smaller house. It's not the mansion that you just came from. This is a little house on top of the hill. You would not expect a rich person to be living here. It appears to be more like a hovel.
You'd be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
So still knock on the door.
All right, this guy with a very fancy mustache opens the door. Yes, what can I do for you?
Hello, sir. My name is Shadwick Morningstar.
How do you do,
I've been
Mr.
investigating-
Morningstar?
Sorry, what did he
Say,
say?
how do you do, Mr. Morningstar?
Quite well. How are you today, sir?
Doing fantastic. I just found out who just robbed my gold today, apparently.
Oh, we have reason to believe it's the Whispering Way. Is that the same information you have?
Interesting, he says. Doesn't say anything else, it just says interesting.
Curious or incurious.
Well, anyway, if possible, would like to know, we're asking members of the town if they would like to work with us in tracking down the Whispering Way, possibly getting their money back, and in the meantime, protecting the assets that they still have.
Yes. Yes, we would hate for the dear university to lose any more. Those poor students.
Wait, I do recognize you lot. Didn't you, Mr. Morningstar, used to have a little more, color to your skin? What happened to you? I remember you at the trial of the beast.
Yes, you might recall we saved him from a false imprisonment. Yes.
Yes, but what happened here to Mr. Shad? He is looking kind of pale, if I do say so myself.
He's been working very hard, yes, these last few days.
There are certain predicaments that you incur when tracking people as dangerous as the Whispering Way, and sometimes the effects of that kind of magic can be lasting.
I see.
But it hasn't slowed him at all. He is committed to solving this heinous crime.
Extremely committed.
Well, I'm actually kind of glad that gold is gone. It was very cursed. I hope whoever took it is using it for some good, at least.
Fuck you.
Sense motive.
I'm not
Yeah.
there. I'm just like, fuck
I
you.
think I would be there. I would want to be at least. Am I able to sense motive?
Well, whoever's there, sense motive. He is full of shit.
As most professors
Indeed.
are.
You also realize that he's full of
Well-
shit.
Continue.
Well, we do hope that whoever took that gold gets exactly what they deserve out of life.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Would you be interested in working with us to take down the Whispering Way? We would like to return the assets to the town if we can, but we need every resource possible, and we want to make sure that the assets that you still have are protected.
I see. And why do you expect me to help you with? You guys are heroes after all. What can I possibly do to help you?
if you have any information, mostly that's what we're looking for. Information in the archives about the Whispering Way and the goal that they have to create mini liches. As part of that information, we're trying to reverse engineer that ourselves so that we can go to places where those, the compounds needed are common and hope to catch them in traps there. But also just any historical information the university might have on the Whispering Way.
Yes, yes. The more we understand their goals and motives and means, the better chance we have of defeating them.
And this is, of course, purely for educational purposes, right?
Well, yes, we want to see
And
this
safety.
diabolical information wiped from the planet.
Mm-hmm. He nods. He
Mhm.
goes back inside, shuts the door for a second.
We weren't done yet.
Oh? He's like, what else can I do for you then? I was gonna grab the stuff.
Oh, yes, by all means. I thought you were leaving for good.
Yes, we also want to make sure that you and yours are protected. If the Whispering Way were to come back, that you have something to help shield yourself, protect your assets, and we are happy to provide such a service for free, in fact.
Okay. Now he comes back wearing goggles that are almost about 10 inches thick. And he has a book that it seems to be very strangely made. But he's got the book carrying over and he's slowly opening it and showing it to you. Something like this?
What is it?
It is a book on the creation of liches.
Oh, yes, exactly like that. Do you mind if I borrow it for a few days?
Oh, this is dangerous magic. By holding on to this, you give in your soul. I've already lost mine. That's why horrible things just keep happening to me. Are you sure you want this book?
I was kind of going to question, like, why the hell he has it.
We'll move on to that.
Yes,
sir.
yes. Surely you deserve a break.
Yeah.
You have been shouldering this burden for long enough. We'll be all right. We are heroes after all.
Alrighty, well don't say it. Not that I didn't warn you.
We do appreciate the warning and you looking out for us. And if you're interested in us offering our protection services for the house, let us know. Like I said, free of charge. And
He looks around.
yeah,
Well,
we can
I don't
help.
think you might even want to rob this hovel. It's a horrible place to live.
Well, you do say that bad things keep happening from you. Maybe some extra protection could stop some of those bad things.
Yes, yes. We'd hate for anyone to come looking for the same information, not realizing that you'd already handed it over.
Oh, I guess
We
so.
want to make
Yeah. He nods and agrees.
Now, we want to be upfront that our protection method is a little bit unconventional. We want to make sure that you have somebody looking out for you that can be functioning and aware 24/7, 365. My compatriot here, Mudril, can explain a little bit more about how that works.
Okay.
You see, we've in our effort to better understand their methods, we have developed means of using their own magics against them. Taking control of their abominations and using them for the protection and for good.
That is quite weird. Yeah.
Weird but effective.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're interested, let us know. If you leave a message at the primary tavern in Lepidstadt, we can pick it up there. And we really appreciate your time today. We'll get this book back to you as soon as you'd like, or unless you'd like us to hang on to it, hopefully to keep curses away from you.
Yes.
Yeah, no, please hold it. Please hold on to yourself for it. Absolutely. Keep it.
All right.
Not sure if I want to touch that.
All right. Who has the book right now?
You don't-
Please, like you can't get.
Shad
cursed
has the book.
anymore.
Shad also doesn't have a soul.
Make a reflex save, Shad.
Sure.
It's like I already have a cursed dagger.
You collapse on the ground. You fall like you tripped on something.
Okay.
Maybe he's still adjusting. I mean, never mind.
The book appears to be made of some strange material. Knowledge in nature.
Oh, it's certainly skin. It's definitely like a grimoire situation.
It appears to be made out of human skin, all its pages.
Ah,
Are
the
there any animals on
Necronomicon.
the cover
Huh?
that actually move?
Nothing moves. It's just a very horrible looking book.
Can we tell what the ink is?
If it's not blood,
Knowledge
then sure,
planes.
Ooh, do you
So,
Unit or fade.
select?
so it looks like my skin, like every other day.
You actually don't know what this blood belongs to.
Alright.
It's bluish and dark. Nagi apparently does if she was there.
Definitely not showing this book to Nagy. Abso-fucking-lutely not.
It's just mean. Appropriate, but mean.
Alright.
So that's, yeah, I think we're going to have that conversation with all the others. And yeah,
Alright, you don't seem to get much information from the other one. Apparently, you just picked the one guy who had a nice book on how to create liches.
okay with that.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
And he's like a councilman or just a high up.
Professor at the university.
And on the way back to town, why don't we stop in at the university and check and see what he teaches?
Okay. Yes, that would be.
And also when we get home to read the book, Shad will sit and turn the pages for Mildred so she doesn't have to touch it.
Oh.
Alright, you get to the university and you start asking around. Nobody has heard of this professor at all.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. If we go back to where the hovel is it gone?
No, the hovel's still there.
Oh, no. Can you detect magic on it?
He'll detect magic.
Nothing radiates magic, it's just a hovel.
Are we able to see him through the window? Is he magical?
And there's nothing through the window. It's just an empty.
Is it Mephistopheles?
I was just gonna say, Shad will go into Mephistopheles' store and ask
That's
him
kind of what I was wondering.
Always
Welcome to
Mephistopheles.
Didn't we see you at a hovel recently?
It says, oh no, I wouldn't stoop to such low quality magic like this. Say, why do
Did you have a
you
mini
have an
for you?
Necronomicon? He says.
There it is.
Ah,
Not on us.
No, I do see a Necronomicon on you. It's like you can hide items from me. Duh. It says. Where did?
I thought we had gone back to the house at this point and then left again. Did we not?
yeah.
I'm trying to piece this
Sorry,
together.
you said you went to the store, right? And I'm just saying if you were at the store, he just asked where did you get a Necronomicon? But he said he's not responsible for
Oh.
this.
We can carry it on us. My thought was we could like seal it in something and then store it at the bottom of the necro pool because Shad can swim in that without getting hurt.
That could work.
There's not too many people who could retrieve it.
That is fair.
Alright, so Shad is holding on to the book, okay?
Yeah, I guess.
For the moment, if it becomes prohibitive, then yes, we'll figure something else out.
So
I
we
just
did
want to
talk to him,
remind
right?
you that at one point we also had Pandora's box.
We did, and that turned out fine.
And quick question, does Shad sleep?
No.
He does not.
Oh, that's good. So you should be fine then. Alrighty. No, Mephistopheles' question still remains. So where did you get this Necronomicon?
We thought from one of your minions, but turns out just for some random creepy guy in a hovel.
I would say he was more eccentric.
Am I able to sense motive?
Interesting.
or
And where
perception?
does it live here in town?
Yeah, we'll give him vague directions to the house.
Really?
Sure, why not?
He snaps his finger just to
What's the
take a scrying, and like he looks through like you can see there's this swirly thing like here, like he's doing like a seer vision, like he's trying to look at the hovel.
Mhm.
This place?
Yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't look that special to me, just a hovel.
Yeah, we couldn't even detect any magic on it.
Yes, he called himself a professor at the university, but nobody's heard of him.
Oh, that guy. Oh, I am so sorry.
Who is that guy?
Yeah,
He's a fanboy.
that would be Belial, Lord of Lies.
Mm.
Yeah, that tracks.
Lies, huh?
Well, congratulations on having an Necronomicon, I suppose. I wonder why he had one, why he gave it to you willingly. That's very odd.
Is it genuine?
I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
what
kind of what I was curious about.
Morgan's literally
You
asked.
actually,
Immediate follow-up questions from the party.
Spellcraft check,
like-
I guess.
it's like his name has lie in it, so
But Shad was asking Mephistopheles if it was genuine.
Yeah, and then he says, I actually don't know. He's gonna roll. Hang on.
One way to find
Let
out.
me look up his spellcraft check. Mephistopheles Pathfinder.
this is pretty badass.
Yeah.
Spellcraft check
Magic.
plus 47. That should be enough.
Is it against
Mephistopheles
Plus?
disappears once he tries to identify the item. He poofs.
That's always a good sign.
Wait, because
yeah.
he's not dead. And he's Mephistopheles. So
Does anyone know the name of Lord of Lies and anything about it?
Yeah, no.
Is it common knowledge? Like,
Mephistopheles poofs out of existence.
Presses X to doubt.
The book is still there. Shad is still there. Murder's still there.
Well, he could have just said he didn't want to tell us.
He pretty much realized, let me take a look, and then he immediately disappeared when that happened.
what happens if I open the book?
It appears exactly like the Necronomicon.
Okay.
And yes, there's very, very clear instructions how to make a lich.
Perhaps we'll test it before trying it on ourselves.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't even know what it says, so
Okay.
you want to worry about it?
No.
forgot about that.
We shall proceed with caution.
So, are we gonna wait more than like 2 minutes?
Questions and then just throw it on the portal that goes to Mephistopheles' vault.
You're gonna try to throw the book, is what I'm hearing?
No, I need to read through it all first, and then we'll decide what we're doing with it.
Alrighty.
So, how long are we staying, if at all? Just a few minutes.
Then I'm done. Yeah. If he wanted to be back, he would have by now.
All right. Let's go. I guess we go back to the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The maze portion of your house just disappeared.
A what?
The maze, the stuff that was the Mephistopheles helped you build, that's gone.
I want a refund. I paid for that.
Does the little girl, or
Oh, yeah.
technically what the little girl looks like, is she still around?
Shad apparently concluded that those two are in fact related. Mephistopheles disappearing apparently caused the maze to disappear as well.
Shad will go out into town, walk to the nearest temple, and ask somebody in front of it if they've ever heard of Mephistopheles.
They're like, who's Mephistopheles?
Should we
Is that a
stop
local
now?
bard or something?
Yes, that is a bard.
And
Have a good day. He will go back to the house.
there's a guy here. Who's Mephistopheles? Bard? Mephistopheles? That's a horrible name
You
for a
will
bard,
tell-
they're saying.
He will tell Myrdle when they're alone what happens out in front of the temple.
Okay.
Slightly worrisome. I mean, it seems like it leaves a vacancy, doesn't it? Like to be the lady of hell.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this doesn't actually. I appreciate the. It's good knowledge to have. It doesn't necessarily change our plan.
No.
No.
But it can be a continuation of the plan.
Yes.
It could be oh yeah, I'm not there. You're talking to yourselves, right?
No, we are. He specifically waited until they were alone to discuss it.
Okay.
Which I think concludes what Shad and Myrdal had planned to do while we were in town. So
Anybody else in the party has anything they want to do in town? Belle, Nor, Nagy, Nosk?
I just wanted to buy some bolts, but that's it.
All right, you easily find them.
Let's do
How
Google
much
how
they
much
cost?
that.
What's the bolt you buy?
Sorry?
What? You're asking how much? Is that what you ask?
Yeah.
Is it just regular bolts, or what kind of bolts are you looking?
Black bolts, I think, is what it was. Let me pull it up.
Check
Oh,
how
I'm
much
not.
the otherworldly kimono costs.
That is Ben. That item is Ben for every one of my campaigns from now on.
Nice.
Black crossbow bolt.
After chugging a freaking colossal creature into a kimono, that shit is Ben for all games.
God, it's just once per day.
Apparently, I cannot find these black bolts that you're talking about. I look for them, I can't find them.
They seem to be what I need for Umbral Strike.
Oh, is that like a material component?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can just buy the material component then. Like I assume that you guys just have that.
Does it? Or would it take
right
time?
next to it.
Sorry, go ahead.
So if it doesn't have a price next to it and you have a spell component pouch, then you don't need to worry about buying it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. I didn't realize. So that I'm all set.
All right, Nosk.
Would attempting to buy or make an amulet of natural armor +3 take time to search for or create?
You can find a store in town that sells them.
And what would that potentially be?
Let me look it up online.
So I have a basic, looks like
I
+3
believe the
is
+3 is 8. It's either 8.
18. 1800. But I'm pretty ugly too.
It's 32,000 with the discount that you guys have in town. It will be 29,000. So minus 3,200 because you give a 10% discount in town.
+3 is only 18,000. The +4 is 32.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Were you doing?
All right. Yeah. So it's 18,000. Sorry, math is hard. I looked at the thing is confusing.
Yeah, I had to take a couple looks at it. So am I able to get that and have it appraised?
Yeah, it's 16,200 then with the discount. If you want an Emerald Natural Armor +3. And you're selling your +2?
Oh, I have a +1.
Oh, you're selling your +1. Your +1, if you want to sell it, you sell it at half cost. So you get 1,000 back for selling your old one.
Alright. Am I able to appraise it to see if it's like cursed or something, or is that magical
Oh, it's not cursed at all.
party?
They take a good look at it. Like, yeah, it's not cursed. It's just a regular Natural Armor +1.
It's like almost every single thing I pick up.
Alrighty.
So, sorry, how much was that with the discount? 17?
16, 2000. So minus your, so 15, grand total 15,200 if you turn in your amulet as well to the same person.
Sounds good.
So there you go. All right, Nagy or Bell, you guys want to buy, do any shopping in town?
Just trying to figure out what to grab.
All right, how about you, Bell? You got anything in mind you want to grab?
Maybe just upgrade my current equipment from like +1s to +3s.
All right, yeah. If you know the
Yeah, that's
cost,
pretty
just
much what
deduct
I
them
was
from
doing.
your values and upgrade them.
Sweet.
Ring of Deflection stack with.
By ring of deflection, I mean ring of protection, right? It has a deflection bonus, but it's called ring of protection.
Oh. Oh, I'm thinking.
It's a deflection bonus, so it doesn't stack with armor or shield or natural or dodge or bonus.
Yeah.
I think I have a miniature magical pouch, but I'm not sure if I need another one just to carry all this gold weight.
Can always put your money in the bank. It's a pretty safe place to park your gold.
It is exceptionally safe.
Wait. Did someone actually just say that to me, or? You mean the bank that just got robbed?
Wait, the bank got robbed? Which bank? You're talking to a salesperson, right? Like a random shopkeeper?
Was it a? I know something got robbed recently.
Oh, I haven't heard anything about it. Tell me about it.
I only heard rumors myself, but maybe I should confirm before I say anything. Don't want to spread rumors.
Okay. Shopkeeper turns around. Goes back to crafting stuff. All right, Nagy, you got anything in mind you want to grab?
Misclick.
1 second.
And while Nagy's doing that, do you guys know where you're heading next?
Did we have an actual reason or a goal to go after this?
It was like Verlick, right?
Mm-hmm.
I read the thing.
I read the thing.
I did for once, so I'm very proud of myself. Let me have
Yeah,
it.
the Monastery Ren Church in the haunted highlands of Verlich, Hungry Mountains. Nothing bad ever happens in a haunted monastery. Sorry, Fortress
Oh,
Haunted
yeah.
Monastery. Unfortunately, guys will not be able to fly there. What was the name of your mount again? I forget the guy's name. Shantak, he says he refuses to fly in that area.
I mean, that doesn't stop me from flying.
Does anyone need potions or anything? I know I have a couple.
And who took those potions from that witch, by the way? It was Nora, right?
I think that rings a bell. Let me look at my stuff. What do I have here?
Forget about that.
Oh, there's potions that radiate conjuration magic. Yeah.
That was,
And we think that they're healing potions of sorts. That's the ones?
yeah, just making sure that you had it. Okay.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
3 of them. Is that
Yeah.
right? Look at me.
So I want.
With who knows what these are. I'm probably gonna explode halfway to Verlick.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Hang on, I gotta do some quick math.
All right, so what you buying, Maggie?
Hang on.
So we can retroact that you're buying. Are we ready to head over to Verlick then?
Buying out of the.
I need a knowledge geography if you guys want to know where that is.
Will we have to rest, or is it a couple days travel?
It's probably gonna be a couple days travel.
Okay, so
Okay, cool.
2 level 3 pearls of power, 1 level 4 pearl of power, and a buffering cap.
If you have the money for all that, okay.
Yes.
What does the buffering cap do? I'm scared to ask.
It's actually the least terrifying, the cheapest of all those items. Once per day when struck by a critical hit, wearer can spend an immediate action to convert bonus damage of the critical hit into non-lethal damage.
Once per day, you said?
Once per day,
Okay.
yes. Means no more 200 damage crits.
That's interesting.
Remember, if you take enough non-lethal damage, you still go unconscious.
Well, yes. Okay, let me rephrase that. No more 200 damage murder crits.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have knowledge geography?
I might.
You might have to go do some research, unfortunately.
No, I do not.
If you don't, if nobody else has knowledge geography, you might have to go do some research at the library to figure out what this place is.
I do not.
To the library!
All right. Well, the only library you know in town happens to be at the university. Is that where you guys are going? Take that as a yes. All right, you guys.
The answer to that is yes.
All right. As you've arrived at the library, it seems to be that the place is shut down at the moment.
Where's the nearest library or town to Lepidstadt of the similar size, or that we know has a library or university?
Guess Caliphas, where you guys were, had a library too.
And that was how far?
That's the place you guys just came from. Took a few days by Shantak to fly there.
Since we're heroes, wouldn't we be able to get access even if it's closed?
Are you asking the people in front of the library for that? There's like 2 guards in front of the library right now.
Sure, if we're there.
It says, "Oh, we can't afford to pay the people in the library. We have to fire everybody."
I love it. Yes, more. More! They must all work in the mines.
Nice.
Perhaps we don't want to labor around the university that we just robbed.
So we hop into town.
That's a good idea to me. Shad will walk away.
Okay.
Should we check out the Caliphas library then?
He'll stop on the way back to the house and pick up a pig for Shantak and prepare him for flight. Help him prepare for flight.
All right, Shantak after. No, okay, feed him, keep him the pig. Are we all ready to go to Caliphas then?
Is anybody else coming with us?
Sounds like fun.
Is the T-Rex still around?
So you're all not. So
Yeah.
it's just Shad and Myrtle that are going by themselves. Nobody else is going.
We'll go. Nor and I.
Yeah, we're coming.
All right. How about you, Noskanagi? You guys going?
More power in the staying in the group, right?
Nagi, are you going as well? I feel like you're very far from the microphone.
It's like I kind of don't want to go if he's staying.
Okay, join him again.
I'll just assume he's going. Okay, you guys get to Caliphas after a few days. Shadaka just kind of parks to the outskirts of the town. Or lands, I guess.
Okay.
So we gotta go find information on that place.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. Go.
All right.
city and research it.
Right, you find the local library, look for cartography section, find a few maps here and there.
Oh,
All right, now you can all give you knowledge geography again. See if you guys, those of you who can read, give you knowledge geography as you're looking through this maps more thoroughly.
Even if I'm unskilled.
Yeah, you have a book now, so you can, like you're reading a book. And with a plus 10 bonus and making it a 40, you realize it's 200 miles east of where you currently are.
Wow, I'm lost.
Nosk apparently is reading the wrong book.
Oh, Nosk.
Ooh, pictures.
that's a cooking book, isn't it? It's got pictures of food.
Yep.
That's a pie, dear, not a map. Come here.
Shad and Nosk very entertained by this cookbook. Like, how to cook many meals.
How to cook internationally with the dead.
For your minions.
Cooking with man.
Shogoloth. Shogolash.
Have a friend for dinner.
There you go.
Agent so good it's straight out of hell.
There you go.
Mm.
All right, so yeah, you have a direction.
So, where do we need to go?
200 miles in some direction.
Yeah, east.
Yeah.
And then 200 more.
Sorry, northwest, not east. Northwest of Caliphas. You have to go 200 miles that way.
I was going to make a reference.
Of the map.
All right, you want to? What did you say about the map? I'm sorry.
Oh, can we just make a rough copy of it so that we've got a reference?
All right, give me a perception check real quick.
Everybody or just Myrdral?
Just Myrdral. All right, you do see in the library they do have maps for sale. Yeah, Mara kind of like pokes Myrdral in the ankle and points towards the library. Library store has like maps of all kinds, and you find a matching map there pretty easily.
How much do they want for it?
2 silver.
Oh, fine, we can pay that.
What an outrage.
Unacceptable.
Like, would you like a famous cup of our coffee of Caliphas? It's brew warm every day. Just another silver.
Makes it famous.
It's from Caliphas or coffee street. It's. Oh my god! I'm insulted that you would think we're not famous. It's amazing coffee. You should try it.
Oh, Caliphas coffee. Yes, of course. I would love some. Shad, dear, I need 3 silver.
Sure.
Motherfucker!
He'll hand over a gold piece and then he'll put the change in the donation jar.
Oh wow! Thank you. You're rich people, huh? Here, have 2 cups of coffee. And they hand you 2 cups of coffee.
Warm brown morning water.
Mm-hmm. Smile and pretend you like it.
Shad won't open his lips when he puts it to his mouth because he can't drink it.
Oh.
Have a functioning digestive system anymore.
Aw.
That is an issue.
All right.
Not actually sure what happens if he eats or drinks.
All right. Myrdral, do give me a fortitude save. To see if it affects you at all. All right, it doesn't appear strong enough to even get through your system. Just feels like regular coffee. Very meh.
I'll make I'm enjoying this noise and walk away.
All right, the map of Caliphas appears to show. Sure enough, the Caliphas there in the center, and all the outlying areas, and the closest thing on the far northwest is a Virlik Mountains, and there's a big X right underneath it. Do not go here. Bad things.
We'll take the map to Shantak and ask us how we know he won't go into that area and we respect it. What's the closest area he'd drop us off in?
And he'll say about 10 miles away.
Sounds good. Before leaving town, Shad will buy another pig.
Alrighty. Shintak appreciates it. Three hours later.
Nice.
You guys arrive there. You see this arrow caliphus, the little red dot? That is you.
Alright.
I just want to make it clear. Unless something is actively preventing flying, Nagi is always flying at this point.
Okay.
Didn't you mention that we can't fly at all here?
I know Shintak refuses to fly over this area.
Contact will not fly.
He does drop you there next to that river, though. He says, "Oh, this is the Caribos River. Oh, do not swim in this." And he's like, I'm gonna go chill. He says, a few miles that way if you need me. He points southeast.
It's good. Thanks, man.
So this is not our normal smash and grab. This looks like a big region.
An actual thing.
Yeah, like a big region. Well, we're coming from the red, so do we?
As I probably showed you guys this in Discord, but I'm gonna read it aloud just for the record. The blast of Wisdom is Verlik sits like a putrid patch of decaying flesh, sutured to the western arm of Ustalav. The terrain of Verlik is uninviting at best and hostile at worst, anchored to the northwest and southeast by ancient stunted forests of twisted trees and malevolent creatures. These regions gradually give way to hungry mountains which erupt from the plains like rotten teeth on a cankerous jawbone. Polluted rivers carve deep valleys through the range, draining the melting winter runoff of the highest peaks into churning cisterns of grey water that stink of maggoty rot. Game is scarce, but unnatural creatures appears to thrive in this cursed realm. Fell magic still writhe and pulse across the dead waste. Remnants of Tarbafon's bony death grip on the land that refuses to relinquish even after centuries of imprisonment. East of the Mesmos, Barrel Run rivers, violent, seemingly malicious weather plagues the hungry mountains. West of these rivers, bruise-colored clouds perpetually crown the mountains with slime malevolence, seemingly driven by the imprisoned will of the Whispering Tyrant himself.
Needless to say, Mitchell will be taking a precedence here.
He's like, oh, I'm finally home.
If none of you were good, if any of you were good at this point, you'd probably be feeling a little sick, but it's like, huh. Alright.
Fly is a level 1 spell, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have Featherfall Ring.
Alrighty, where do you guys want to go?
Oh, do we spot any bridges just from where we are, or can we go upstream and look a little?
Even though the rivers are very shallow,
Oh,
you
we
can actually see
far enough to
you
go
can
down.
see the bottom of the river that you're next to. It'd be like ankle deep.
How wide is it?
Pretty wide actually.
Because shallow doesn't mean there's nothing deadly in it.
Yeah, there's nothing alive in it either.
Which is
That also doesn't mean anything.
some type of indicator.
Yeah, it's putrid maggoty rot water. It's horrible. The stench is worse than
check for poison.
Worse than all the undead you've
Anything
been
undead.
hanging out with this whole time. The smell is beyond horrible.
Are there any trees around that we could use as a makeshift bridge if we got it?
You said the water's only ankle deep.
Yeah, ankle deep, correct.
You
Didn't
may
we
as well
get,
jump off. Oh, okay.
didn't we get warned?
That works too. If you want to ride Rex, I can carry Nor. Nor can carry Bells.
Okay.
I guess I can carry Nosk if he wants me to. Shad will ask Nor and Bells if they'd like to be carried across.
Hi, that sounds lovely.
Guess,
Alright.
yeah, we'll take turns of getting carried.
Sure.
I'm not first.
Not okay. So, Nagi, you can fly.
You can fly
You
for
need a-
13 hours a day.
Okay. Yes. Fine. Nosk, do you want a ride on Mr. T?
If you wouldn't mind.
All right.
Mr. T seems
Okay.
really happy to be giving a ride to somebody.
So between Mr. T and Shad, I think we have everybody ferried across and Nagy flying.
Okay, yeah, where are you going?
We're crossing the river.
Right,
Didn't we need to do that?
Kiribati River.
okay, so you're like right here, that's where you want to go?
Yeah, sure. That square.
That exact square.
Okie dokie. Alright, you approach the edge of the forest. Nothing out of the ordinary, it's just so quiet. It's disturbing besides the smell getting worse and worse the closer you get to the forest.
There's no crickets or birds.
No crickets, no birds, no life. All the trees are dead.
And before Midril creates an army of Ents.
I am gonna keep detect undead.
The entire place that radiates undead magic, like a necromancy, like this entire area is covered in necromantic magic. As a matter of fact, it's considered unhallowed ground. Any undead created here has a profane bonus.
Oh,
Midril's home.
bonus.
Would you like me to kill you and remake you?
It's a cow.
No, no, I don't ever want to.
I was kind of coveting Shad's predicament.
An opportunity.
Who should we walk on?
I would think so.
Is there like a path or anything or an area that looks more well worn than others?
Alright, yeah, give me a survival skill or perception. Whichever's higher.
I don't. I have a certain perception is higher. Oh.
Alright.
We just turn
Shad
around.
found a path to the river. Anybody else want to look? Let's see if we can find a path somewhere in this forest. If you can call this a forest.
Sounds like a job for now.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
I really need to make you a minion, but
Nosk, let's find something. You find an archway that is littered with bones.
cool.
Looks just like that.
Ah,
That's where you guys arrive, at the edge of that forest right there. Bottom right.
Kind of point that out to Midril.
Yeah, looks like that.
So we are down here.
really, do I detect any undead creatures?
Nope.
So who wants to be a guinea pig?
So we send Mr. T through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will he
Can
fit?
he even fit?
Yeah, these arches are
That's
huge.
fine.
They're bigger than Mr. T.
Okay. Anything happen to him?
Absolutely nothing.
Shall we send Mara? See what happens to a living creature.
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing happens tomorrow. She does like a Sassy, like, I can't believe you're scared of this. Me, this necromancer who summons undead things at the time, scared of a pile of bones. I don't know if Mara will be that sassy, but I'm just making it up.
It's adorable.
Wanna walk through it?
That seems the logical next step.
Shad will walk through it.
Nothing happens. Just a gate made of bones.
All right. You follow?
Guess can I walk
No.
past it and bluff that I'm having like heart attacks?
Oh, I probably should have said this out loud. A gem-encrusted arch made of bleached bones stands on a patch of scorched ground surrounded by withered oaks. Sickly ravens perch on crooked branches, their hoarse cries echo in the air. Caw! Ah!
Hoot, hoot.
To them somehow. Does anybody know how to talk to animals? No.
Are they undead animals?
No, they're just crows. Ravens,
Yes.
right? So not raven. They're not crows. They're ravens. They're very different.
Oh, I know how to speak to ravens.
That's so Raven.
Nice.
One of the gems.
All right. Does anything happen if Mr. T touches a gem?
Touches a what?
One of the gems on the archway?
Oh no.
Maybe you need something or some sort of magic to activate it.
Like wedge it out with his claw.
How much do they seem to be worth?
Give me an appraisal check.
My thing is, there we go. It's
Well, now you realize these are just worthless. They're absolutely worthless. They're cracked and crusted in all places. This is completely worthless.
I beat Midril at an appraise check.
It's because she rolled a 1.
Shut up. Let me enjoy my moment.
But anyway, yeah, the gems themselves, worthless.
if he bumps one out of its socket.
Just pulling one out anyway, just in case.
Yeah, just to see.
Okay, pull one out.
Nothing, I guess.
Nope.
Or she's looking up whatever god awful thing hits.
All right. Is everybody on the map? Because I want to see Nosk, Shad, and Bell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I need to drag myself over too.
Are we rolling initiative?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I think would like a spellcraft tell us if this was ever used as a magical what's it?
Guess knowledge history. Does anybody have knowledge history? Mirto apparently really does.
I do.
From your very long studies, Mirto remembers that this once used to be druidic groves that nurtured this forest. But after Tarbafon's presence, it tainted the woods and distorted the ley lines the groves once protected. So
Is this archway connected to the druids or to the Tarbathon?
it's connected to Tarbafon and the area itself. There's some connection between these arches and the forest, but what it is, that remains unknown.
So if it messed with the ley lines and it created a rift to a different plane.
Perchance, it doesn't seem to do much now.
All right, and I need everybody here to make a perception check. Two, 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 two.
Rolled another 3. Goddamn you skill check tonight.
Same here.
All right. Nobody's just noticed anything out of the ordinary. Hang on. Am I getting everybody? I think I missed somebody. Right?
Shad
I
got
also
some.
rolled a 3. What's wrong
Oh,
with
Bell.
it?
That's why I missed. Okay, Bell. Bell and Shad, however, noticed something weird about these trees just past the arch. You could swear they were just moving in that weird way.
I think the trees are moving.
In the wind?
No, like
On their-
walking and stuff.
Mm.
Why don't we go poke it with a stick? I mean,
Well,
Shad will cast detect magic.
they don't radiate magic.
oh wow.
Are they dead?
They appear to be dead.
So there's something inside them.
Wave your hands like you just don't care.
Mm.
Yep.
Are they coming towards us?
No, the trees are standing in one place. They just appear to have moved.
So we don't see them moving. Shad and Bell just noticed that they weren't in the same spot.
Yeah, Shad and Bell could swear the trees moved towards you.
Okay.
Everybody with a heartbeat, turn around and look the other way. And Shad will stare at the trees.
Okay,
That sounds like a plan.
I'm so going in my defensive stance for +1 AC and then turning around.
okay.
Sure, why not? I'll turn
Yeah.
around. What's the worst that could happen?
Which direction are you looking at, Shad? The trees that you saw moving?
Yep.
Okay, what you doing?
Just seeing if when nothing living is watching them, they move.
No?
Weeping angel
Give me another
first.
perception
Yeah.
check. They are definitely moving.
No, definitely moving.
Around. Oh, there we go.
They're very large oak
55.
trees now. Appears to come to life. Initiatives, everybody. You're not caught by surprise round. You can take Shad for that one.
1, 2, 3, 9.
Nicely spotted, Shad.
So,
How
because
many fireballs do you think it would take to burn this entire forest down?
And you guys have seen these before, but this just appeared to be a more scary version of them. Knowledge nature. I think. Let me double check.
Trees, my one weakness.
what's with the rolling
Yeah,
of threes?
yeah, knowledge nature.
don't know, man. Yeah, thanks, Nosk.
All right. Well, Myrdril knows that it is hanging in trees.
Really, the guys hanging from it didn't give that away.
Well, they didn't have them hanging. That's the model that we used from the last time we saw one of these. I was not gonna create a new one just for this encounter. Smart ass.
Do I just know the name or do I get anything?
Oh, you can ask. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3
Oh,
questions.
and what's their type?
Hmm?
Okay.
Yeah, they're plants.
Hey, they're plants. Okay. What are their hit points, hit dice?
They have 100. They have 8 hit. Sorry, advanced. They have 10 hit die each.
Resistances and immunities.
Immune, regular plant traits. Weakness, vulnerable to electricity.
Okay. Convenient.
Nice.
And special attacks.
Constrict, hallucinatory spores, pull, swallow whole, bludgeoning damage, vines.
Try not to get close to them.
All right, Myrdril, you are first to go.
Oh, okay. We know where this is going.
Mr. Sprinkles. Right. Chain lightning. Oh fuck. Okay.
Yep.
And it's a reflex save, which is their worst save. Fantastic.
I'm shocked. No, wait, they're shocked.
Hey,
We'll start with the one at 6 o'clock and then go clockwise.
Got it.
Hit the 23. So close.
All right, and the save DC is a 24, so they all failed.
How is the tree's reflex save better than my reflex?
They have a
save?
5
That-
reflex save.
I have a 4.
They're advanced. They're normally
no.
a 3.
Oh no, wait, that's a bait. That never mind. Ignore what I just said.
Okay. If you can dodge a 3, you can dodge it. Right. I don't know. Alright, so it does 50% more damage because they have weakness. They're vulnerable to electricity, so they take an additional 50%, right? If I remember correctly, that's what vulnerable means.
I believe so. So it's 64.
Ouch. Well, that's off to a good start.
Sorry, did you say vulnerable to electricity?
Mm-hmm.
That's why murder disease is chain
Oh.
lightning. Yep.
it's like too bad we don't have someone who loves using shocking stuff.
Alright, well, this 3, that's right next to, look at that, 3 targets. How convenient.
Mr. T.
Oh, forget Mr. T, I'm sorry.
I got my babies,
Nom nom.
There we go.
and she probably can't. She'll get like right there.
Is that the Grave Knight that you just made?
Yep. So she'll
Oh, and he just,
double right into there.
I just want to see that mini.
But
Hang on, I just want to look at it. Cool. That looks cool. Very appropriate.
Thank you. She'll just double move there to take some hits, and then Mr. T will bite the one in front of him.
Okay, they want to the left or they want above Mr. T?
The one left of him.
Okay.
Even 20, 40. So 35 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
Wait, 46 plus 22. Plus 22, so 36.
Oh, that kills 1-3. Just splinter it. Destroyed it.
Okay. He just sits down and starts chewing on the trunk. That's all I got.
Guess they barked up the right 3. Alright, well, this 3 up here, that's diagonally to your new skeleton. Did you say? Look, that's convenient. There's a skeleton right there. Just gonna just hit it with 3 vines. Whack, 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 whack. What is the AC on the new Grave Knight? I didn't actually see the AC for it.
25.
Alright, so 1 hit for 12. And he gets a grab and a pull. It's gonna make a CMB against it. Oh, I'm pretty sure that's fail because that's a horrible roll. What's the CMD? D as in David.
I think it's 29.
Alright, it doesn't grab it. It's kind of slippery. Alright, Nagi.
Yeah, you wanna Reaction use Monkey Belt to cast Quickened Mirror Image. And then move over to here. And Depth
All right,
Drain.
you might provoke one attack from one of the vines.
I'm willing to take that chance.
Probably missing horribly.
I've missed.
Is that close enough that it whips out an image or no? Because there's something in the mirror image spell that tells you if you get within a certain amount. I don't know what that percentage is, or if I even got close.
5 inclusive. Okay. And then happy.
All right, hitting that one. Go ahead. Yeah, that chain lightning just kind of broke this encounter already. All right, 15 plus. What spell are you using?
What spell am I using?
Shocking Grasp. Right? Is that what you're using?
Yes.
Cool.
All right, it's dead. Nosk, you're up.
So I'm probably no longer next to one, huh?
Nope, it kind of just got obliterated into splinters.
It was very, very.
You know, it's the beginning of a new book. They kind of do this to encourage you. Oh my god, look at us, we're kicking ass. And so you drop your guard down the next encounter. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, sure.
It's like if I try to get a flanking, I'd probably get 2 attack opportunities.
You won't attack any actually, because that one already took an attack opportunity. They're trees. They're not known for their mobility.
So am I able to flank with
Nagi or the skeleton. Your choice. You can either go here or go there. Or you can even go here.
I'll go with the first here.
Okay.
I just 2 basic attacks. I won't click my boots.
Alrighty. Uh, 26, right? Oh, 24 points of damage.
That's a miss. Oh yeah, I have to roll to fumble.
Oh,
Right?
you didn't add your sneak attack damage either.
I didn't know if I got it.
Well, you're flanking, so you get a sneak attack.
Oh yeah, derp.
That's kind of the whole point of you flanking.
Yeah.
But you did confirm the crit there, which is 24 damage plus whatever you get from the sneak attack, which is important.
Which is 76 now.
Alright, go ahead and roll it. Well, this encounter is going swell for me. Alright, Shad.
But do I, for my offhand, do I fumble? that?
The tree was no longer there. Guess you just don't even get to make that second attack.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Ember!
Still wonder how a dagger can kill a tree, but that's bad finder for you.
Okay, the trees are alive and attacking us. I don't want to hear about the realism of this idea.
Fine.
I'm so fast, and I just chipped away at it.
Ting, 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 ting. It's like a wood. He was like a woodpecker.
The hills are alive. The trees are alive. God damn it, everything is alive. Run.
What is that from?
I don't know. Shad, you're up.
Yep. So Shad will drop into rage. He will run up here, and he will take a cleave action.
Oh, so you can do cleave as a standard? That's pretty cool.
Pretty sure. I think you can only do cleave as a standard. Let me double check.
For some reason, I thought it was a full round. How's the standard? You're right.
Yep.
Yeah, you're good. Go for it.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the first one is
Alright.
dead. A little bit overkill there, but okay.
Maxwell
So you get-
Silverhammer made sure it was dead.
Okay. Good. Let's drain those criticals out of the fight. The last three is suddenly, well, shit. Bell. Nori, there might not be.
At that moment, the tree realized it fucked up.
Well, that sort of messed up my plans a bit. But that's okay. I got this one instead. 1 second.
You see this little yellow pool starting to form underneath the tree space.
Is it back to make like a tree and leave?
Nice.
That's enough damage to kill it. Should I even bother with the reflex save for half? No, because they won't matter. That's more damage even with the double. Yep.
They barked up at the wrong tree.
I'll just do my nails or something.
Okay.
It's like, man, we got some lazy party members. I mean,
Yeah, remember that when you need to be resurrected with my 10,000 gold diamond dust. Uh-huh.
I wasn't talking about you. You helped me out so many times.
All right, now the fun part of the campaign can begin. Go ahead.
All right. I'm guessing the trees didn't drop anything of interest.
You got lots of lumber if you want to set up a campfire. There's nothing of value on the trees. They're just trees. But they're now just piles of campfire firewood that you can make for fire.
Paper.
More books.
Internet, if you could not suck and die for like 5 seconds, that'd be great.
And I need a perception check from Nosk.
I was tempted to move closer, but
You hear something whispering in your ear. Welcome. That's it.
does this bring back any memories of whispers in my head? Oh wait, no, I wouldn't remember that.
No, bud. No.
All right.
I would probably whisper hello there, but maybe loud enough for one of my party members to hear me.
Nor Nusk's gone crazy again.
I'll come up next to Nosk and be like, "Hey, Nosk, what's up? Who are you talking to?"
It's like, you didn't hear that? Someone was welcoming us.
Oh dear. I guess I'll just look through the spell book and start trying to figure out.
Nusk, you should know by now. People don't welcome us anywhere.
You start hearing a giggling sound, Nor.
Oh. Okay, hang on, guys. He's not completely nuts. I can also hear something now.
You considered you're both crazy?
That is entirely possible, but
The laughter
you know,
grows to
a
a
little
demonic
bit less
laughter that you
likely.
can hear throughout the entire forest, as loud as you can possibly imagine it. It's almost deafening. I need everybody to make a fort save.
Alright. Fort save.
I rolled another fucking 3!
It hates you today.
Really? I'm had it with it today.
Well, I rolled a 6, so not much better.
Alrighty, so only Nagi had her ears bleeding for a second. It's just like 2 points of non-lethal damage, so you can just neglect it, but it's just very ominous to just start your Nagi's ears begin bleeding as everybody here see that. It's very obvious.
Is that normal?
Is it a bad time to mention Nagi usually wears a hood?
Oh, so I guess your hood is stained with blood now?
And just so we're clear, it's my blood, not somebody else's.
Correct.
Okay.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
That was never an argument.
I know, just a very demonic laughter echoing through the entire forest, and the second that laughter started, the ravens just dissipated out of the forest.
Am I able to stealth and like peer like 30 feet ahead?
Oh, you can look in every direction because all the trees are dead. It's just a collection of dead trees in every direction. There's no hiding trees. I just use this map for trees because it's easier, but all the trees here are dead.
Yeah, like the other ones that we just killed twice.
Yeah, no, those are really dead.
It's like they didn't even have the decency to stay dead. So, do we have a general direction, and do we want to leave like caltrops to try to remember our way out? Or someone has a map, doesn't they?
Well, the map is just how to get here. There's no known map of this area.
Do we want to start scribbling on the back, or
That is up to you guys. Yes, you can draw on the back of the map, I guess. Does anybody have knowledge cartography? No, I'm kidding.
Facts.
Actually, I might.
Cartography isn't an actual skill.
I know it is now.
Although,
Oh, too bad.
pretty sure
I have all the
engineering would
knowledge
fall
skills.
under
That's
that.
I'll probably put under craft maps or something. Anyway, what do you guys want to do?
I was kind of looking at see if that was a roll. I think someone should take notes so we don't get lost.
We can do that. We also have T-Rex footprints to follow.
So Nagi flies up 200 feet and figures out which direction is which.
Apparently, if you try to fly above 60 feet, you can't.
I hate you.
Do we all
It's
feel
actually in the
something?
book for this time. I'm not making this shit up.
I
I'm like,
know, but that doesn't mean I have to like it.
yeah, you cannot seem to fly above 60 feet. That's it. That's as high as you can go.
Fine, but if pterodactyls start dive bombing us, I'm gonna have a word with Paizo.
No, there's nothing living above you either. Because I know one of you.
Shut up. That-
Above you, only sky. If you could see what is left of the sky here, the horrible, everything that's poxy and ugly here.
Suddenly, Amigo dive bombs you from above.
Since we were attacked already, I'll just proceed in stealth.
Okay.
If we weren't attacked, I wouldn't.
All right. You're very stealthy in the collection of dead trees. You're very stealthy.
So did Nagi say which way we should go?
I
Or
can't
didn't get-
see that high.
And everything looks the same, even at 60 feet high. And like, just like a bunch of dead trees. It's kind of hard to distinguish one way or another where you are.
I'm just curious how far Nosk has to be in front of us in order for us not to mess up his stealth.
Crack,
Oh, that's a good point.
as the bone
Well,
gigantic T-Rex, like gigantic T-Rex behind it goes clack, 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 clack.
yeah, I'm like 20 feet behind, so I need to get further, I guess.
Oh yeah. If you can go further ahead, like, you just keep finding more and more trees. Eventually, you reach what looks like the edge of the forest.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So what do I see? Do I see cliffs or just barren?
You appear to see a dark rut smears its way below a craggy peak, grey bits of rotting ichor gouging a trail of decayed filth, leading up to a dark cave mouth. Is that where you guys want to go?
Seems
Sounds fun.
inviting, but are we even able to?
Do you want to try to step into that place? Is that what you guys are doing?
Not particularly, because I don't know how deep that ichor is or how congealed is it.
The cave itself appears to be 40 feet wide.
Is the ichor liquefied or like hardened to the ground?
It's bubbling.
That's not a good sign.
Is there stone around?
Hmm?
Is there stone around?
No, but it appears shallow, as there is something walking on it.
Walking on it.
Yeah, you're just a lost zombie walking through the ichor.
Well, I'd probably notify everyone what I see, I guess.
Want
There's
me
a
to touch
cave
it?
up.
Want me to touch him?
Let's ask this fellow.
The zombie?
Yes,
You do that.
I will do that.
You have something to control it, I'm guessing. That's what you're doing.
Command undead feet, yeah.
Oh, you can talk to it, or you just want to control it right away?
We'll ask it first. Start nice. I'll ask it where it's from.
It just turns around. And it begins
Okay,
to kneel
fine.
down and like bow towards you.
Can I sense motive on the zombie?
You can. Appears to be worshipping you. Realizes you're a necromancer.
No.
Undead have a keen attraction to necromancers.
Oh, that's cute. I'll ask him again. Where did you come from?
He points at the cave.
Are there more things in the cave?
He points at the cave.
Use your hands. How many more things in the cave?
It turns its head sideways. Doesn't understand.
I'll start like holding up fingers. Then see if that gets it through.
It begins chewing on its own fingers as you do that.
Heaven's sakes. If I speak necro, does that help?
Speaking, what was the language?
Necro.
Necro.
It's the undead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you were speaking in Necro, he would have just said one.
Just one more.
Just one.
Like you? Or stronger?
No, stronger.
Is the one who made you?
No.
This guy doesn't talk very much.
No, he doesn't. He says there's one more in there, stronger than him.
One undead or one horde?
I'll ask him that. One thing or one group of many things in Necrol?
One thing.
How many legs does it have? Is it a person like you?
No.
Okay. What is it?
I don't know.
How many legs does it have?
2.
They'll shoot
How
the
many?
damn thing.
We'll go through this. I'll try to get a physical description of its size and appendages, wings, arms, horns.
It looks confused. It doesn't understand how to do this. It has true intelligence.
Okay.
It's a zombie.
They'll shoot the damn thing.
Okay. I've got nothing. There's one thing in there that is not humanoid and undead.
Sounds like a job for Nosk.
Could be fun.
You got him, bud. Go get him.
Would you like an undead Shantak?
Are we clearing this place? Or trying to protect our behind for going deeper? Or should we just skip over this?
Murder them. Murder them all.
And there's also another witch gate there, right next to the cave. And there's the said zombie.
It could be something with a horde.
Hmm?
Oh, I was telling Nosk it could be something with a horde.
Oh, yeah. I just kind of don't want to be the first one to step in the ichor that's alive.
All right. And
Do we have a volunteer?
the zombie raises his hand.
Do we have a living volunteer?
Actually, if it lies down, is its body like above the ichor?
It lies down and is here. Is it trying to talk from
Okay,
underneath
so
it?
can we some?
It's very shallow, like
Okay.
ankle deep as well.
Okay, so can we use him as a bridge?
Everything you see on the map is an ichor. It's a
Oh, okay, gotcha. Fine, we can rag Rex.
and a bunch of chopped down trees. Like all the trees are chopped down like that.
Like evenly or like they were pushed down?
Oh, evenly cut. Like
Like-
if somebody used lumber here for something.
Okay.
It's like, since I'm the one who usually catches disease, I think I'll just try to put my foot in the ichor to see if something
For
happens.
some reason, I just thought of that in Lord of the Rings. A wizard should know better. Sprinkles, don't eat the microphone, buddy.
He's hungry.
It might be about to get one.
So
All right,
is
place
the
yourselves there in the
drawings
south, I guess.
in the pathway.
The path is safe from ichor because there's like a little dirt path that you can walk through.
I guess I'll
Hang
re-stealth
on.
going in. Sorry, what?
Walk past the witch gate. Can you smear a little of your blood on it?
Huh. This is just coming from Shad, right? And not Midgewell or...
Oh, that was Shad.
That was Shad being very convincing.
Sure, I'll poke my finger, I guess, and walk up to the gate to see what happens.
Now he dies.
Do I explode to 1,000 pieces?
No, the witch gate is now covered in blood.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
It was worth a shot. Maybe you need blood on both of them.
Mm.
Oh yeah, Nas, give me a perception check.
Oh, I was gonna bluff that I was dying, but okay.
You can still do it. I mean, sense motive, everybody can sense motive against his bluff. If that's what you want to do, if you want to be all dramatic and pull out an act.
I mean, you got to remember your audience.
Shad won't bother sensing motive. He'll just bluff back that he's upset about it.
Okay.
Nagi won't sense motive. She just expected him to die.
Oh, Murder's like, well, guess we have another scout then.
New pet, Bear Girl.
Get up, you're being dramatic.
Should we call him Moose?
Damn it. It's like, was I able to do the perception as
31?
on the ground?
No, don't see anything out of the ordinary. Anybody else want to perceptify? This is gonna go well.
Where's my stat sheet? Can I beat a 35?
Yep.
Yes, if I roll. Not that.
It was a 31 then. The perception was a 31. Cool.
Everything's fine.
Should we keep walking?
Oh, are we dispatching the zombie or keeping him outside?
We can leave him lying there. He seems pretty useless.
Or do we want to send him forward because he's already been in there?
As a distraction?
Potentially, like make some noise to keep our entry more hidden.
See if you can convince him to bring the thing in the cave out of the cave, and we can all be ready.
Yes. I'll tell him that in Necrol.
Asking to grab whatever is in there and bring it out?
Yes, tell it to come out. Here.
I can't.
Why not?
Too big.
Does it talk?
Never to me.
Does it
Does
fit?
it understand if you point out here?
I don't understand.
Okay.
Is it bigger than the T-Rex?
Yes.
How much bigger?
Big.
I think it's pretty binary, Myrdral. It's a yes or no.
Doing
I'll
it even
shoot the thing.
Or I can't even reliably relate. Yes.
What was the question?
Well,
twice as big
No.
or bigger?
Bigger.
Oh,
Yeah, if you want to toss it in there. I don't care.
so it can't come out of the cave then?
This thing is too stupid to figure out how to get it out of the cave.
I mean, is it too big to come out of the cave?
Have we considered just sealing up the cave and leaving it be?
But think about the treasure.
Yes.
Mm,
It's like we know something's down there.
Do you?
It's up to you guys. Well, from the zombie.
Zombie could be lying, or stupid, or forgetful, or all three.
So if there's nothing there, we've wasted what? An hour of our time. Or there might be something very much worth our time.
You have a thrall right there. Send him in.
He doesn't know anything.
Not that thrall, the other thrall.
Oh. Yeah, I'll send the cleric in.
Is she able to
All
talk?
right.
Yes, I think she's like a 10 intelligence.
So she's constantly very angry with you at all times. She understands her predicament. There's nothing she can do about it. She follows you to the ladder, but she's constantly berating you the entire time, even though she can't do anything about it.
Just a stream of insults. I like it.
But follows your every word without question.
Okay, I'll tell her shit's a 15 intelligence. I'll tell her to go in there and figure out exactly what this thing is and how powerful it might be.
Fine.
Or do you?
You filthy sack of
Sure.
bones. Walks through the gate, nothing happens. Further. Or here, just good enough?
No, go look at what is in there and come out and tell me exactly what it is.
Looks inside the cave. It's very dark.
You never had a pet genie,
Matter
did
to
you?
you anymore. Keep going.
Someone has a cantrip, right? Light.
All right, they're inside the cave. Now what?
Now I want her to see what there is to see and then come tell me what it is. It's not coming back.
That also works.
Comes back. There is a treasure hoard.
You have to be honest with me.
I can't lie to you.
What else is there?
I see the very large dragon underneath that Nosk guy right there.
A very large dragon underneath Nosk.
Relative to the underground.
Hmm.
Oh shit, I could be screwed.
Roll initiative. Let me clear the initiative board first.
It's like I kept going closer because I heard treasure, and then oh shit. dragon.
Extremely fitting.
Haha, do you have any estimation on how long the battle might take?
Oh shit, it
Dragon.
is 10:20.
Yeah.
Next time.
How much time do you guys have?
I wanted to call it at like 10:30.
Yeah, that's not gonna be done by
Next
10:30
time on
then.
Dragon Ball Z.
All right, we can call it here then. Yeah, next time we get to see how Nosk dies.
It could be
Is
friendly.
this a good time to tell you that you won't have your cleric next week?
Yeah, you might be able to take a break next game.
You know,
Huh?
so in my mind, this is what happens. Nosk hears the word treasure, takes 3 steps forward, immediately gets flipped up in the air from the dragon, and is falling down to the earth 10 feet as the open maw of the dragon is right below him, and all of a sudden it cuts to be continued, JoJo meme style.
Well, let's just see how
Oh my
screw
God.
Nosk will be for next time. We'll end it here with this one
You
attack.
may be wondering how I
That's
got
not bad. Roll pretty low.
Yeah.
The fort save is what matters
Oh,
there.
that-
Just that'll be the last thing we do. Give him fort save DC, then Nosk. This will be the last thing. Let's see how screwed are you. I mean, it's poison. You've kind of used to this kind of stuff.
I think you should have immunity to poison by now.
This is bad.
Yeah.
You have been affected by
yeah, it
zombie
is.
fever. You just know what happened to the last zombie.
Cause this is Thriller now.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Anybody cannot make it next in 2 weeks, or are we all good to go next?
I think it's just me.
Believe we have,
I
yeah.
think Belle can make it, but I can't.
Okay,
So, am I swallowed or?
We're gonna find out.
next time
All
on
right.
Pathfinder.
Yeah, peeing the thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you
All
all.
right. See you guys in 2 weeks.
All right.
Have a good night, everybody.
Okay, bye.
Well, Nosk, we will remember you fondly.
What are you doing?